Hey Siri, show me directions to the closest Wawa. Alright, so just like that. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's EROCKRODZ, and today we're doing another unboxing. We got, right here, Carpuride 502 Pro. So this is basically a way to add Apple CarPlay to your e-bike. It's technically made for motorcycles, but there's a way that you could set it up turning it off external power. It can run through USB. I know there's other ways to get Apple CarPlay on your e-bike. Some of the far driver controllers have Apple CarPlay built in. But if you're not in the market to be changing your controller or upgrading your controller, and you're basically looking for a plug-and-play option to add Apple CarPlay to your e-bike, then this is a route to go. So we're going to do an unboxing, and we're going to do an installation and showcase some of the features. We'll get into this. Just a quick view of the box. It has Bluetooth, so you can connect to your intercom system that's on your helmet, motorcycle intercom system. It's IP67 rated. It should be able to handle some rain if you're riding. You can connect an SD card and actually play video. Maybe that's something we could check out. Voice controls, and obviously you could play your music just like any of the CarPlay features basically. So this is great if you are a commuter and you're looking to add maybe Google Maps or Maps and not have to have your phone on a mount. You could have it in your bag or your pocket when you're connected through Bluetooth. Yeah, it's a pretty cool option. I was excited to try to showcase this on an e-bike because I don't believe this is technically made for e-bikes. It's made for motorcycles. We're going to set this up and get this to work. Let's do the unboxing. All right, let's see what's inside. Packaging is nice. Pretty large display. There were two models, I believe. This is the 502, but there's also a 702. I'll check the model number. It's 70 something, but it's basically just a 7-inch screen versus a 5-inch screen, but I believe they're the same functionality. So, take this off. This is the display itself. What else do we got in the box? We're gonna try to set this up on the Atlantic Graffiti. It's like a fuse. Interesting. So this is probably just another way to set it up if you were to set it up with the internal power, but we're probably just going to use what's inside here. This is the USB power supply. And there was I believe it's, I'll have to double check, but I think you need a minimum of 5 volts, 2.5 amps input for your power bank. And then this is just the mounting system. What else do we have? Looks like there's give it an extra fuse. Some hardware to mount it, I'd assume. We'll see what this is. Probably something for mounting as well. They give you a little tool and the manual. You could technically connect it to a motorcycle's power supply, and then this just goes through, I guess, how to control it, how to connect it, and how to control it. Some e-bikes have USB power sources. I'm just not sure if it would have enough power. So I'm going to be running off a power bank, and it's pretty simple. It looks pretty simple, but we'll see. Here's different ways to mount to your handlebars, and you could take calls. So this works well if you have an intercom on your helmet. So if you have any one of these right here, pretty much it should be compatible with any Bluetooth intercom system. So first things first, we're not going to be using this wiring since it's not going into the motorcycle power source. We're going to be using this. I'm assuming all you have to do is switch these wires, and these are look pretty secure. Just make sure we line up the pins correctly and then screw it back on. If everything works correctly, this should be able to just run on USB power. I literally have this sitting in my bike bag. This is what was powering up my backup cam, my rear view cam, and the minimum, it says you need a 5 volt, 2.5 amp input. And if you look right here, 5 volt, 3.1, so we should be good. Power it on, plug it in. Oh, there we go. Starting right up. I'm gonna connect the Bluetooth to my iPhone. Okay, and then it asks for passcode. Make sure it matches. Clicking pair, and there we go. My phone is connected. Wow, and just like that, it's connecting to my Apple CarPlay. This is exactly the setup that I have in my RAV4. So pairing was that simple, and then literally all we have to do is mount it just like any other accessory on your handlebars. Installation, you probably do everything in like 5 minutes. I didn't show this before, but just so you can take a quick look at the unit. It's a 5-inch display. This is where you would put a SD card, power button. This is the back of the device, and that's pretty much it. All right, so all we did was connect Carpuride device to my phone via Bluetooth, and it's controlling the Apple CarPlay. And then I connected this speaker through Bluetooth. For anyone interested, I do have an EROCKRODZ playlist, EROCKRODZ YouTube soundtrack playlist, and I add the different songs that I use in my videos into this playlist. So let's play one. And this is coming through the speaker. So now I don't have to take out my phone. I can have it in my pocket or my bag, and I'm still controlling my music. Obviously you have all the other apps that are on CarPlay to use. You could have your messages, you could call people, and then whatever other apps you'd be able to use just with CarPlay. For all those Android users, it does have Android Auto. We'll get this on the bike and we will test it out. All right, so mounting it was literally a breeze. The mounting bracket is right here, and it's basically just 2 screws. It's pretty adjustable, so it should fit onto many different size handlebars, and it feels super secure. Just like that, you got your CarPlay on your e-bike. Let's get rid of this. I see some smudges. Oh baby. So it should be fun. Let's try it out. We're taking a quick commercial break to go over the Carpuride display. So basically, this is a Apple CarPlay unit that you could hook up to basically any bike. So right now we're just doing a quick real world test of the Carpuride. It works great for commuters. So I have the speaker set up. We're gonna play some music quietly and just pretend that the speakers are hooked up to your intercom in your helmet or your Bluetooth headphones, whatever you have set up. Let's turn it up a little bit. So you guys are gonna get some background music in this video. But yeah, so if you're riding and you're commuting with your e-bike, and let's say you just want to get directions to the closest Wawa. So, hey Siri, show me directions to the closest Wawa. Alright, so just like that, you say, I want to go to this Wawa. And it's going to be a completely different direction, but just a quick little test. You could pretty much be hands-free, and you're going to probably say, well, you could just do that with your cell phone. So yeah, technically you can, but it's nice to have a separate display than just using your phone. The screen's a little bit bigger, a little bit easier to use. So you could actually use your cell phone for something else and then have the display, the Carpuride Apple Play, just for your directions, your GPS, and for controlling your music. So basically anytime you use your Apple Play in your car, you'll have that same functionality. So let's play some music. There we go. All right, let's get back into this ride. So all the music that you hear on my YouTube channel, I have a Spotify playlist, and it's all from Epidemic sounds that I use for my music. So a couple other things about the Carpuride, and a lot of people ask this for basically e-bike displays, is that it does have this little sun visor, which helps with blocking the sun. the screen is pretty shiny, and if you're using your bare fingers, you're going to get some smudging on it. But it's good that it does have gloves. It is glove friendly, so that's definitely a need. And it is, I think I have to double check on waterproof rating, but I think it's IPX6. So you could definitely ride with this in the rain, and you shouldn't have any issues. If you guys enjoy the content, please consider subscribing, hit the thumbs up button, it really helps out the channel. And big thanks again to Carpuride for sending this out for testing purposes. Yeah, it's definitely earned a permanent spot on my bike, and I'm probably going to use it on my CTY2 as well, just because it's very easy to use, very easy to install. So definitely thumbs up for that. Alright guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Right on.